After months of rumors, August 17th in Hartford, Connecticut was set to be the official return to wrestling of Ultimate Warrior after signing with WCW. While the company could not openly advertise his appearance due to a WWF court case practically trying to sabotage the debut, claiming the Warrior name in addition to his visual appearance and gimmick to prevent him from using it on WCW television. The judge ruled in Warrior's favor as he was using most of the gimmick look and characteristics before his WWF run, only dropping the Ultimate name. With online reports all but confirming the return, in addition to WCW advertising Warrior locally in Hartford, the announcers opened the show already hyping a big surprise for tonight, strongly hinting it without saying the name, mentioning all the rumors flying around. Dallas Page came to the ring a few minutes later as the captain of Team WCW at Fall Brawl, saying that he flew out west to find someone who holds a victory over Hogan to join the team. Scheduled for a match against Kanyon, Eddie Guerrero came to the ring with luggage and a cup of coffee, telling the production crew that this is an unscheduled interview, and not to cut him off or go to commercial or he will go and say it on another show. Eddie cut a worked shoot promo on Eric Bischoff, saying that if he can't get Eric's attention in the back, he will say it on the air. Eddie talked about being underappreciated by management after giving their fans the best show he can every night, saying that Eric holds back all the young talent in the company. Telling Eric that he doesn't care anymore and he can fire him right now, with his family as the only reasons he didn't come out with it sooner. Ending the promo by throwing the coffee on himself in reference to a legit backstage incident where Eric threw a cup of coffee on the desk and some of it got on Eddie, saying that he wants out of his contract. Steve Austin opened Draw driving a hearse into the arena, telling McMahon that he has 60 seconds to come out or he's going to drink beer in the ring all night. Austin said that he's going to call out Taker later tonight, promising to throw him inside the hearse before the show is over. Also promoted on Raw is the two semi-finals of the Brawl for All, in addition to Jerry Lawler interviewing the U.S. President Bill Clinton imposter, playing off the Monica Lewinsky scandal, with Clinton addressing it in a televised statement on the same night. Next was a Wolfpac promo on Nitro, going against a three-way of Owen, Shamrock and Severn on Raw. Hogan opened the show from the house that Hollywood built in Connecticut, referring to him building McMahon's company in their home base, booking Giant to bring the belt back from Goldberg, in a big main event with the first ever Goldberg-Giant match. Midway through the second hour, Hogan and Bischoff returned to the ring for the big segment of the night. Hogan responded to Page's mystery partner saying that there's not a wrestler Hollywood can't handle, not a war he can't win, and not a warrior he can't beat, starting the buzz in the building as the lights went off with spotlights and pyro all over the arena, bringing out Warrior to a huge ovation. Hogan sold big to add to the moment with a shocking reaction, saying that he thought he was dead as the Hartford crowd starts a big Warrior chant, trying to hand him his NWO shirt to join the group. Warrior cut a trademark 12-minute promo with the crowd popping big throughout, saying how he watched Hogan for years as the leader of the industry trying to recreate and replace something that is irreplaceable, how he once stood for great and heroic, and although he beat giants and legends, he never beat the Warrior, referring to their WrestleMania 6 match 8 years earlier. Warrior said that on that night he conquered what was then unconquerable and undefeatable, talking about Hulkamania's fall that led to the NWO. Ending the promo saying that next week he's going to launch a revolution. Warrior's promo reportedly went minutes over the time planned, which caused changes to the broadcast for the third hour of the show, with the segment overall going over 19 minutes. The segment started at 9:27 p.m. with Hogan and Bischoff coming to the ring, with Warrior arriving at 9:31 p.m. Warrior's promo, even with him unadvertised in advance, gained huge with over 2.3 million viewers to draw a near-record 6.4 rating, making it one of the 4 highest-rated segments in Monday Night War's history. After the Warrior segment ended, WCW took 2 commercial breaks in a short time as things went back to a more normal pattern, with Raw gaining back around 1.3 million viewers for the Nation DX Backstage Brawl, along with a Farouk and Scorpio against DOA attack, going against a Curt Hennig Malenko match and a Steiner and Bugwell segment. Raw then took the lead for the first time on the night with the Nation DX street fight at the top of the second hour, with Jarrett also involved cutting X-Pac's hair to set up their match. Ending up with Rock and the Nation beating down Triple H and DX in a violent match, with Rock bringing out a ladder 2 weeks from SummerSlam. Bart Gunn continued his hot streak in the Brawl for All with a brutal knockout win over Godfather, advancing to the finals. Bradshaw and Droz had a close fight, with Bradshaw again winning a close decision, setting up Gunn vs Bradshaw for the finals next week. A key point to note here is that the crowd was popping big for the fights, especially the Gunn-Godfather match, which was built during the last week and worked angles. With the Warrior court case along with the intense competition reignited, WCW mentioned repeatedly throughout the show how they're going to deliver live action unlike the competition on the other channel, with a taped show who promised a confrontation for 2 hours and only delivering 10 seconds of action. Assuming WCW had an inside source on the layout of Raw, as the announcers on Nitro were instructed to constantly bury the advertised Austin-Undertaker confrontation promoted as the main event on Raw since the beginning of the show, an hour before Raw was on the air. With Jim Ross, who was doing the Raw commentary with Kane in post-production, probably hearing about it as he started to emphasize that the Austin and Taker segment is a confrontation, not a match. WCW jumped over 700,000 viewers for the Bret Hart Page US title match, then gained further with another 300 plus to a 5.1 rating for the end of the match, along with the entrances and first half of Goldberg vs Giant. With Raw hyping the Austin Taker segment to close the show, the final quarter featured Sable calling out Jacqueline, and mainly a Val Venis vs Kaientai gauntlet match, with the stipulation of Val getting 5 minutes with Yamaguchi if he wins. The match bumped Raw to a 4.3 rating to close the second hour, before going 2 minutes over the top for the Val Yamaguchi post-match. Moments later Taker's music started, with Austin coming right after for the talked-about confrontation. With the show already 3 minutes into the overrun, Taker ended up being Kane, with them brawling until Austin threw Kane into the hearse, revealing Undertaker inside of it, driving off to close the show. The first ever Goldberg vs Giant also crossed over the top of the hour, ending up with Disciple interfering in a rare Goldberg DQ win, to save a clean finish for a later match between them. Hall came out attacking Goldberg post-match, with Nash right after ending the show, with Goldberg again accidentally spearing Nash to close the show. The Goldberg-Giant match in post gained big, with over 1.4 million viewers to one of the biggest opposed numbers in history, with a 6.3 rating. Going off the air at around 11:03 p.m., meaning Raw had around 4 minutes unopposed for the Austin, Kane and Taker segment, gaining around 1.3 million viewers from the big audience. WCW closed with to a 5.4. With WCW overall with 2 big segments drawing over a 6 rating, drew its highest rating since July 6, winning the night with a 4.9 to a 4.2.